Good old Dwayne The Rock Johnson was doing the media rounds this week, promoting his upcoming movie Black Adam, which I think might actually be out by the time you're listening to this. It's getting pretty good reviews, as a matter of fact. I really liked the trailer. I did do a reaction to that trailer, as a matter of fact. So if you're into reaction videos or anything like that, you can check that out on my channel here as well. But I mean, the movie looks pretty good. I'm pretty stoked to see Black Adam, as a matter of fact. And it's about time DC has come out with something worthy of watching in the superhero genre. And it took Dwayne The Rock Johnson to do it. Dwayne was making the media rounds, doing the promotion, and he found himself being interviewed by our man Chris Van Vleet this week. And Chris Van Vleet, of course, being our wrestling guy and The Rock being our wrestler. Chris Van Vleet asked him if he watches the current product and what he thinks about, does he acknowledge his tribal chief, Roman Reigns? Check out this clip.
I mentioned wrestling. You keeping up with what's going on in WWE?
I love wrestling, always. Yeah, absolutely. You want to chat wrestling?
Do you want to?
Let's do it.
Do you acknowledge the tribal chief?
I do. It's my family. Yeah.
He says he's at the head of the table, but
yeah, look,
I feel like that's you.
I think those guys are. I think they're doing a great job, and I think what an interesting shift that the company has gone through this year. Unexpected in many ways, but when unexpectations happen in that kind of way, in form and fashion, especially in that business, you got to have the ability and the agility to pivot. Which they have. So with Roman, I think he's doing a pretty good job, and the boys too, the Usos too as well.
Yeah.
Man, if we don't get The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, what the fuck are we even doing with our lives at this point? It's in Hollywood. They've known about it for years now at this point, so they easily could have scheduled this around The Rock's schedule, or The Rock could have scheduled his schedule around WrestleMania sometime in the last 2 years. They knew that this is where they were going, and they got Roman holding on to the title for fucking 2 years strong, if not longer, right? At least 2 years strong. Everything is built perfect to go directly into WrestleMania. The Rock versus Roman. Who is the head of the table? Who is the tribal chief of the bloodline? And where will the loyalties fall? Will the Usos side with Roman Reigns? Or will they be torn and maybe want to go see what The Rock's up to and join his side? What about Sikoa? He could jump in the mix with The Rock too. Who knows? Sami Zayn could get involved and take the side of The Rock against the bloodline. It'll be an interesting storyline. I really, truly hope that this is where they're going with this. Because honestly, if they're not, what the fuck are they doing for real? They've had all the time in the world to do it. And look, Rock's a busy guy. He's busy as fuck. He's booked to do a majillion movies. I get it. But they've had 2 years now where they've known, at least 2 years, that they were going to do this WrestleMania in Hollywood. And they knew that Roman Reigns, maybe they knew at that time, but they certainly, Roman Reigns was their anointed guy even far before then. So it was in the cards for this to happen. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to cry because I get it. The Rock's a busy dude. But if they can pull this match off, this will be one of the biggest matches in WrestleMania history. And it's not just because it's The Rock. Roman Reigns has built a huge run building up to what is basically this moment. Not just this moment, but when he actually loses the title as well. Because Roman Reigns is not going to drop the world title to The Rock. The Rock is going to do the honors at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns. So if that's where all roads are leading, Roman's been undefeated for 2 years. I know a lot of people are also speculating that Cody Rhodes could be the guy that Roman drops the belt to, and that should happen at WrestleMania too. We see Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? They've already said that he's ahead of schedule on his rehab and that he is expected to be back in time for the WrestleMania season. Of course, they're going to have Cody Rhodes come back, win the Royal Rumble, go on to WrestleMania. At that point, what do? If you haven't already split the titles, that would be the best thing to do, because then, but even then, I want Cody Rhodes to beat Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? I want him to beat the guy, because what I was getting at with this whole 2-year thing is that whoever beats Roman Reigns is going to get they're going to earn it. It's like not anywhere near to the extent of, but like when The Undertaker, he was undefeated at WrestleMania for a bajillion years. His loss was so shocking. Roman's obviously not going to be to that extent, but when he drops the belt clean, 1, 2, 3 in the ring, shoulders pinned to the mat, whoever takes the strap off of him and does that is going to be a made fucking man for years to come. And it should be Cody Rhodes. It shouldn't be The Rock. But that begs the question then, because what do you do at WrestleMania? If you do The Rock versus Roman Reigns, who does Cody face? Does he get the title shot at WrestleMania? Lots of things up in the air. I'm excited to see what happens with it. I'm excited to see The Rock come back. He will absolutely pop a rating for sure. That's a no-brainer. But he's also going to probably, like I said, I feel like if he does face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, it will be one of the biggest WrestleMania main events of all time. The Rock will be a huge draw. It'll be in Hollywood, so the whole city is going to be talking about it, and I expect lots of a huge marketing campaign for this WrestleMania. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood was one of the best marketing campaigns they had done in years. One of their best WrestleMania campaigns of all time, honestly. Do you remember that? WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood? All the wrestlers were like acting out famous movie scenes and stuff like that. It was so fucking cool. That was one of my favorite WrestleManias. Go back and watch WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood if you haven't seen it. This year, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood will be huge, and it will be even huger if we can get it with The Rock. Hey, thanks for checking out that clip. Don't forget to check out other clips here on the channel. And while you're there, throw a like, throw a subscribe. And don't forget to check out full episodes each and every Sunday of the Pro Wrestling Podcast.